We've talked a lot about the programming language C, how it is an unsafe programming language, and includes undefined behavior that, when your program enters that territory, can cause anything to happen and create security concerns. It wouldn't be a security concern if there was only one user who had access to the program and the system that the program runs on. It becomes a problem when multiple users have access to the program, perhaps because they're all entering passwords and getting access to documents through the program, or multiple clients of the program in some other way. JavaScript we've talked about as an example of a safe language, and this makes it easier to reason about the isolation of data when you have multiple users of that program, say multiple users of a web server that is implemented in JavaScript. It's also a concern when JavaScript is on the browser side as opposed to the server side. Even if there's just one user, there might be multiple tabs open, and those multiple tabs correspond to different services that the user is connected to, and so those are different parties that, again, should not be able to interact with the user's data. One tab in your browser might be your bank, for example, and another a web search, and the web search should not have access to your banking data. So those two different tabs need to be isolated, much in the same way as data for two different users in a C-implemented application. Safety in JavaScript depends on runtime checks. The reason a buffer overflow attack is not possible on JavaScript is because every access into an array in JavaScript is checked to make sure that access is in bounds. Similarly, when you have an object and you try to get its X field, if the X field is not there, you reliably get an error. It's not undefined behavior. So there are checks on object types and object tags, like a tag saying this is a number versus this is a string, to make sure that undefined behavior is not encountered, that everything is defined, even if the defined behavior is to return some special not a value, or raise an error. Stepping back one layer, multiple C programs and a JavaScript interpreter, they're all running on an operating system. That operating system is safe in the sense that it doesn't have undefined behavior that lets you do just anything in the operating system, and it achieves that even though some of the applications are written in C or other unsafe languages, by setting up process boundaries and isolating those processes from each other. Virtual memory, for example, means that one C program cannot access the memory that is allocated to another C program running on the same operating system. So this is a key job of an operating system, to provide isolation between different applications so that they can't see each other's data. And page protection is one of the key parts of that isolation. Finally, the processor that the operating is sitting on top of, that should be regarded as a safe language as well. A CPU is safe because every instruction has a well-defined action for every possible case. Occasionally, there is an unspecified value that you might get by certain combinations of instructions, but it's not undefined behavior in the sense of C, where just anything can happen. Instead, it's unspecified in the sense that it doesn't say exactly what value goes into a register. That safety of the processor helps the operating system be safe, and so on.